So once again, I'm on the floor. It is Sunday, and I just finished my sit-ups and my push-ups and some meditation that I do. I am going to be having my one coffee this morning, and lately I've been cheating. I've been having two coffee. I've been having a coffee later on in the early mid-morning, right? So I'm going to stop that because it does affect my sleep. One coffee is all I need. It's all I need, but make it a good one. Anyhow, the first thing that I do when I get up, after I do my morning routine for my body and my care, my personal care, then I do my sit-ups, my push-ups, those type of things, right? And I hydrate. Now, I never used to do this, never used to do it, but my children kind of put a spur in me and kind of said, like, that's why your skin is so dry and your wrinkles are so deep, and, just little bits of advice every once in a while that usually, your skin will be the first to show signs of dehydration, right? And through the years, my kids have told me this, but I never really paid attention. My kids hydrate. They carry bottles with them when they're walking and things like that of water. So, but me, I learned hard. I'm stubborn. I really am. Anyway, so what I've been doing is I've been taking my ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is really good for my cortisol level because I have high blood pressure and because I had strokes and heart attack and things like that, right? So I do take ashwagandha regularly, and I was able to find it at a herbal store. Now, usually I would choose to buy the spice, but it's hard to get anymore. But I did find this. So it was like $10. So that's a pretty good price, right? And it's natural, it's organic. So I thought, okay, that's a good thing. And what I do, I put it in a little mason jar. And in the morning, I'll show you what it looks like. It's a powder. It's a ground up root. Okay, so think about this, right? So I don't take it in the supplement. I don't take it in the capsule or in the tablets. What I do is I take it the spice, and I take a half a teaspoon. Wait, have I got that the right way? Half a teaspoon, okay, of ashwagandha, and I put it in. This is the first jar. This one was full to here with water, and water that I defluorinate. So I boil my water, I cool it down, I run it through a filter, and then I drink it, okay? I don't completely trust what's in our taps nowadays or what's in our water. So defluorinated water, and I take 1/2 teaspoon of ashwagandha. I mix it up. It's a murky looking color. It tastes awful. It really does. But you know what? It works. It works for me. It's healthy for me, and it's keeping me alive. It's keeping me calm. It's keeping my blood pressure at a balance. Okay, so I need it, and it's better than taking a whole bunch of chemicals. For me, this is my healing journey. Okay, so I'm on my second container of water. And yes, that's a plastic straw because I can't find my metal ones. And I do have two. I don't use plastic, but a friend gave me this, actually gave me some of them. And I utilize them when I'm desperate. Not all the time, when I'm desperate. Okay, so this is, as I said, I do me, you do you, and I do me, right? Okay, so the second thing that I put in the water, as I said, I don't like to take capsules. I don't like to take the potassium that you have to open it up to take the powder out. And I was doing that, but I was finding that I was spending too much money on potassium. So I found something on Amazon. It's organic, and it's potassium chloride. And so what I do is I take 1/4 teaspoon of the potassium chloride, and I use my jars a lot. I don't think I have a glass. I might have 1 or 2 glasses left, but I'm going to make my own glasses, and I'm going to show you that process. So anyway, so I fill this up with water, and I put 1/4 teaspoon of the potassium chloride in it, and I don't gulp it down. I drink it throughout the first hour or two of the morning, right? Well, I shouldn't say hour or two, maybe hour and a half. So I drink this and this before I have my coffee. Yeah, And then I have my coffee. And trust me, it tastes amazing. It really does. Anyway. Okay, so I wanted to show you the supplements that I've been taking, because I no longer take the tablets, and I do not take the capsules that you open up that are plastic. No more. I take the drops. And it's thanks to a good friend of mine who researched it for me, found it on Amazon, and I was able to purchase it from them. So this one here is D3 and K2, okay, together. And you need to take it together because the K2 will help the D3 go to where it needs to go. It helps to break it down and send it off. Now, if you're just taking D3, and I found this out through research. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I'm just me. This is my healing journey. I do me, you do you. But I researched it. I looked up medical websites and things like that that have been verified, okay? And yeah, you should be taking your K2 with your D3. So it comes like this. And basically it's a clear liquid, and you take, I've already taken it, so I can't take any more, but it's a clear liquid, and you take 4 drops. Yeah, 4 drops of it. That's it. And so what I do is I take it and I put it on the inside, the outside, like right here, on my gum line, and I let it absorb in, and it works. It works, right? So it's the same difference. It absorbs into the same body. Anyway, so that's the D3 and the K2, and then I take a B12. This B12 I love because it's got an organic, well, it's got a cherry flavor, but it's organic, it's natural. There's no chemicals added to this, okay? So, yeah, and I got it on Amazon. Yeah, so, and you know, both of these together were a lot less than what I pay for the supplements when I buy them over the counter. So, you know, you can't beat it. And it's healthier because there is no plastics in it. Even the dropper is glass, so that's a good thing. The less plastics, the better. I do not like the fact that the potassium is in a plastic bottle. I would like to put this into a different one, but then you have a problem with the labeling, right? Like I had a problem when I had my flour the other day when I was making cookies and crackers. All flour is white, well, most of it. And so, you know, so just for name's sake, to be able to figure out which one is my potassium chloride instead of using it as baking soda, I wouldn't put this in a container in my kitchen cupboard. This goes where my medical stuff goes. This goes in the closet, not in the kitchen. So that's where it is. And what else do I take in the morning? Okay, I take omega-3s. Now, I would prefer to take the liquid omega-3. I can't find it. And when I do find it, can't afford it. So I'm going to check that out on Amazon. Anyway, these are the capsules, right? I cut them open and I pour the liquid into my gum line, and it absorbs into the skin there. So that's how I get my omega-3s, and I take one of them every morning. The only other thing I take at this point is magnesium glycinate. That's good for your heart. But, like I said, they come in a capsule. So I have to open this up, and I pour it in a tablespoon of kefir, and that's how I take it. But the capsule doesn't, I get rid of the capsule, and I just take the powder inside. I would prefer to take it liquid, but I don't know if you can even find magnesium glycinate in liquid. I don't know. Have no idea. So that's the supplementation that I take in the morning. And I have this cute little round thing. It actually goes around, right? So it's got this little turntable on the bottom, so it's quite easy to get at your medicines. So, and to me, they're medicines. Yeah, they're medicines. It's supplementation, but it's medicines. Yeah. I choose to do things organically, okay? So there's one other thing that I have. When I didn't have the B12, I would take nutritional yeast because it has all the B vitamins in it and large amounts of it. So I would sprinkle this on my spaghetti. If I made spaghetti, I would sprinkle it on my soup. I would sprinkle it on almost everything, right? So I am going to hydrate with my potassium chloride. Then I'm going to have my coffee. And then, dear friends, I'm going for my 8-kilometer walk with my cat. I'm going to put him in the stroller and off we go. He used to not like to be in the stroller, and now I find that he just kind of sits up. The cars don't seem to scare him anymore. He must be used to them, and so when we walk, he enjoys it. And when we get home, he's exhausted because his head is going back and forth, up and down, looking at the birds and the people and, all those things, right? So it's amazing for him. It's healthy for me. Mental-wise, it's healthy for me because I can actually meditate when I'm walking. I find it so easy. It's so calming, that walk and listening to the sounds of nature and looking at the birds and the clouds. And sometimes you can see the most amazing things in the clouds. This world is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. If only we would take the time to look at it. So, and I am going to ground in nature. I am going to walk. I am going to meditate when I'm walking. And I am going to breathe in the fresh air, look at the birds, and enjoy the wind in my face. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. Namaste.